everyone. So today I wanted to give you an updated planner lineup since we are officially past the first quarter of the year. I just kind of wanted to update and tell y'all what I have been using, what I'm not using, all that good stuff. So if you would like to see that, please keep watching. So I have actually done away with one and brought two more in since the beginning of the year because I believe I had set myself to use the yellow paper house. So actually I have done away with two and then added three more, I suppose. I really needed to go back and watch that video, but anyway, I just wanted to update y'all, tell you what I'm using now. So let's just jump right into it because they're all sitting here. So the first thing and the most important is my everyday planner, and I am currently using the Archer and Olive bullet journal, and I am really loving it. The cover that I have is from Imperfectly Perfect. If you would like to see a video where I unbox this, I will leave that link down below. This is my second Bujo sleeve that I have from her, and just got a shipping notification today that my other one is coming, so I'll have plenty of covers to just kind of go through as the seasons change. So I kind of had an issue with FOMO. So let's talk about FOMO. What is FOMO? It is fear of missing out. So when I first started using bullet journals, I was using it, I was loving it, used it for a while, and then scrolling through, seeing all these pretty die cuts and ephemera and all that kind of stuff that people were using to make dashboards and everything like that, I really started to miss being able to do all of that and using the pretty sticker kits, all that stuff. So I went from using a bullet journal, and I was actually using the B6 size Scribbles That Matter and loved it 100%. But I just missed using all those different things that I just mentioned. So I switched to a spiral. And then kind of in between-ish, I was also trying to use, I had set up some dashboards in a traveler's notebook to try and, and then put my bullet journal in the traveler's notebook to try and, separate things out and then be able to decorate the dashboards and all that stuff. Well, don't know what happened. I was using the spiral and I really liked it. I did, but I just really missed being able to do the free creativity that bullet journals offered me. So I switched back to bullet journaling in February, and it is now May. So it has been 3 months. So I think for me, consecutively using something for 3 months is pretty up there, and I actually am not having any issues with FOMO or wanting to switch because I figured out ways that I can use those pretty die cuts and ephemera and things like that in my bullet journal, and I'm really loving it. So as you can see, she has gotten very chunky, and I still have about 50 pages to go. And as y'all know, I do daily planning in these. So I really don't keep this bullet journal the way that most Bujoers do. A lot of Bujoers will have their trackers on one page. They'll have collections, everything like that. I really don't have anything like that. Now to the back, I do have like 2 collections. I've got a mail tracker and then podcasts I want to listen to. But as far as any kind of collections, that's all I have. I don't really do monthly cover pages anymore. I kind of experimented with that a little bit here and there, but I didn't find it super helpful for me. Now, one thing that I have been doing that I do find a little bit helpful is at the beginning of every week. So this is actually my spreads for tomorrow. And so this is my Sunday spread, And then I've got a this week spread. So I do flip back a couple of pages as I'm going through and doing my daily planning, and it really helps. So I've got like dates for that week, things that I need to do for that week, all that kind of stuff. And I have been trying to get in the habit of checking back to that page. But other than that, I mean, I do my daily planning. I try to keep my double spreads, you know, pretty consistent. That way they look a little cohesive and everything like that. So y'all see me do plan with me's a little bit. I really do honestly want to do some more, but I feel like they take me forever because I am so an on the fly kind of person. Now, if I was using like sticker kits, then that would be one thing because it'd be super easy to just, you know, have your whole entire kit together, get your washi, all that kind of stuff. But when you do like this and you can pull in all these different things, it, like I have to do everything on the fly or else I never know what I'm going to be doing until I just sit down to do it. I may pull out a washi that I know I really want to use, or I may pull out some stickers that I know I really want to use. And then just as I'm going through, it's like, oh, that would look good with this, or oh, that would look good with that, or I really don't want to use this. So is anybody else like that? I try not to overthink too much. And I honestly, some of the prettiest spreads that I've done, the most creative spreads that I've done have been from just sitting down and just kind of going with it, with how I'm feeling that day. Like, I'm really feeling like using a lot of blacks and purple and blue, or, you know, I really want to use the pastels and things like that. So I just love the creativity that you can really have with a bullet journal. And my bullet journaling has really evolved since I've gotten into it. I mean, I know I can break this open, and at the beginning of the book, there's going to be things that are pretty different from how they are where I'm at now, just a few months later. So, bullet journal, loving this. I cannot guarantee that I will be using this for the rest of the year, but I do have another bullet journal ready to go because probably in maybe a month and a half or so, I will have this complete, and oh, happy day, that will be incredible. I have never fully filled up a book before, and that's really exciting. So that in and of itself shows that I'm happy. So we've got that one. And then this one is a very, very new addition. So I really wanted to start journaling more. And there are some similarities between this and my bullet journal, but there are also some really big differences as well. So when I was thinking about what I wanted for a journal, I really wanted a soft cover notebook. So that is what I eventually got. And with my everyday bullet journal, I wanted something that had really, really thick paper. So with the Archer and Olive, in my opinion, it has one of the best paper qualities of bullet journals that you can get in stores today. Well, not in stores, you have to order online, but they offer 160 GSM paper, and that's what this one is. But it is a hardbound as well. To my knowledge, as of right now, Archer and Olive does not have any softbound notebooks. They are all hardbound, which is perfectly fine. That's really what I wanted. And even as big as this is an A5 size, and as chunky as it is, I still find it very, very portable. Now, as far as figuring out a system of how to carry the things that I want to decorate it with, that has been a lot of trial and error, and I have not come up with a really good solid way yet. But I do carry this in my bag. Some people really like smaller notebooks, but I prefer the largeness of this because I do write big and I put a lot in my journal. So that was one thing that was really difficult for me, going from a bullet journal, the way I journal in it, using every page is a day for me. to going to a structured planner like the Yellow Paper House. If I would have used the Yellow Paper House before I started bullet journaling, I probably would have stuck in that one longer. But just having the tiny amount of space was really, really bothersome to me. So I know for myself that bullet journaling right now is what is working best for me. So with all that being said, for my bullet journal, I wanted really thick paper, bright white, and a hard cover. But when I started looking at a journal, I wanted something that could accommodate having a lot of papers and ephemera and layers to it. So you see how chunky this one is. I do have those things in there, but not like I knew I wanted for a journal. Because I know I can't do that with that one because the binding is already, some of the signatures are coming undone. Once I'm done with this journal, I will give a full review of how it held up as far as how I use it. And compared to a lot of bullet journalers, I put mine through the ringer, to be quite honest, because I do put stickers and washi, and I layer things in there with craft paper, which is very thick, and things like that. So that is coming, I promise. Y'all will get a full good review of the Archer and Olive. So anyway, I knew that I wanted to do that, but probably do more of that as far as layering goes. So I knew that I wanted something that was a soft cover. So I found this journal from Minimalism Art. It is just a plain black journal. That is the back, and it has one little ribbon bookmark in it. I haven't put it in a cover yet because I'm not entirely sure if I want to as of right now. I really like the feel of it. It feels wonderful. You can see, I don't know if you can see, yeah, you can see a little bit of the pebbling. I do not believe this is an actual leather cover, but so this paper is very, very different from what I'm used to in my Archer and Olive. It is so smooth. It is some of the smoothest paper I've ever written on. Your pen just glides over it like butter. With the Archer and Olive, the paper is very textured. It's not buttery smooth like what you're used to if you use like a Leuchtturm or a Scribbles That Matter. If you've ever used the Erin Condren paper, I would say that the texture of that paper is very comparable to the paper texture in the Archer and Olive. Does it bother me? Absolutely not, because the paper quality is phenomenal. It can hold fountain pen, watercolor, all that kind of stuff, within reason, of course. But for my journal, I wanted something that had actually thinner paper. So I went with this one. It has 100 GSM paper, which is quite a difference between 100 and 160. So there will be ghosting in this one, especially if I use some super heavy mediums. So far, the ghosting, you can see there. You can see through that, but that's okay because this one is different. This one is a different kind of journal. So this one is extremely free-flowing. I basically use this to reflect on my day and everything like that. Decorate the inside cover just because I like to still have to do something with that. But starting off the bat, I've got something taped here. Definitely going to add something to the outside there. This one is just a constant work in progress. So what I've been doing is I've been reflecting on my day that I have, and each day so far has been 2 spreads because I keep quotes. I do make it very artsy. I keep gratitude log in here. I've been doing different card decks that I work with. So for my everyday bullet journal, I work with the Sacred Rebels deck from Amazon. Like I showed in the last plan with me that I did. But for this one, I'm working on using different card decks. So, excuse me, the first few spreads in here were used with the Game of Thrones tarot deck. And because I'm wanting to use just different decks just to see kind of what works for me and everything like that. I already know the Sacred Rebels works for me, and it's great. It's a great thing to use at the start of every morning to just like really motivate you through your day and everything like that. The tarot deck, I would say I don't kind of rush through it. I really try to sit down with each individual card and just practice with different spreads and things like that, and just really get comfortable with it and everything like that. But so for a couple of days I was using the Game of Thrones tarot deck, and then for the past couple of days I have been using the Moonology deck, which is an oracle deck. I'll leave a link for that down below. But anyway, so I've got quotes in here, and primarily I've been using stickers from the second free spirit book that Happy Planner put out. But as you can see, it's just very, very free flowing. And so here, this is what I'm talking about when I wanted to layer stuff. So I actually got this little package in the mail earlier in the week, and I loved the little craft sack that it came with. So I stuck it down, and then I put some little cards in here, as well as using the piece of ephemera here. And then I cut some more off that bag, glued it down. We've got just different little things that go on here. Here I added a little Dutch door. So this is kind of like my goal and vision board for May. Got a die cut here. So I just made that. And then I've got another one of those calendars. This is actually a moon calendar from the shop Star Seeds of Earth. So this is what I'm trying to log daily. So I want to have a daily gratitude, affirmation, and what I learned in the Christian witch group for that day, because I definitely want to get a little bit more active in there. And then this was the spread from yesterday. So here in the box, I've got my, that would be my affirmation part. Here I've got my gratitude. Here's how my day has gone. So here I've got just a little craft sack that I just stamped on, and stickers and washi. So it's just completely how I'm feeling that day. And to me, this journal is a lot more free-flowing than even the bullet journal is, because in the bullet journal, I'm not listing things I have to do that day. So this is more like my thoughts and just feelings and things, venting if I need to. So this with the bullet journal, they work beautifully together. Okay, then I'm definitely still using my finance planner. I know I haven't done a setup video because I am such a creature of habit. I'm not really going to be changing the way that I do my finance setups. So since I started using this, it has remained consistent across the board. The first month, or the month spread, I've got what bills go on what day with stickers. Let's see, the first of the month, oops, did that one a little bit different in there. Okay, here we go. So after the month spread, I've got the bills laid out for that month, and not all the bills drop at the same time, but as they come in, I add them there. So I've got the company name, whether it's paid, the due date, and the amount. And then here I've got credit cards, and then here starts my checkbook register, and it goes through until the end of the month. Then we come back to the next month. In the back, in the notes part, I did get this is the Deluxe, is it 18 month? No, this is just a 12-month planner. So this will be done at the end of November. So all of this is my months that I'm going to be using for finance stuff. And then once that's done, I've got all these note pages here. So the front, I've done house projects. This part, I think I finally figured out. I'm truly going to be using this as a notebook. So it's not going to have anything. It's going to be more scratch paper. I haven't really written in it much, but I will say both of the home projects that I had have been done. This being one of them. So I finally felt like an adult, and we got some curtains, and I absolutely love them to death. They, it makes the room look so different rather than having ugly blankets and blackout curtains like literally thumbtacked to it. Okay. Last one, I know this is a long video, but the last one is sort of a newbie. I mentioned it in my last favorites video, but this Happy Notes from Happy Planner. Now I have done mine a little bit differently than what it comes like in stock. I added the pink, I guess these are, I don't think these are rose gold. I don't think they should be called rose gold, to be honest. They're like a light pink metal disc. But anyway, I knew I wanted to put extra papers in here. So I took the smaller discs off that were like navy blue that came stock with this and added these pretty pink discs to it. I'm getting used to it. So I've got mine is tabbed off into 3 different sections. So here I haven't really used a whole lot, but it's going to be more of like witchy growth, I suppose. Kind of help for building a grimoire. The second tab here is just kind of like doing social media stuff. So I actually did like a little half sheet here because, okay, I'll be honest, I did have a little bit of like FOMO as far as like Fobonichi stuff goes, but after doing this one, I'm not feeling the FOMO anymore. It's cute and it would be functional, but I just folded a half sheet. I fold it into like half sheet size and then put social media stuff on here. So this is going to be kind of like a rubric for how I want to do like social media planning and stuff once I'm off work. Third tab section here is talking about kits and like graphics and stuff that I want to throw together because little known, I actually do have a shop Instagram and I'm working on trying to get different stuff together. So any ideas that I have goes in this section. And then kind of going with that, I got these I got the project extension pack, and that's in the last part. So these have been super helpful. I do have a kit together, but it's great. Like, I don't know what people use for like how they plan out what they're gonna do for their kits, but this has been working like really great for me so far because you can like put all the different sheets that you want to have for your kit or your collection or anything like that, and you can mark them off one by one. Just different ideas here and there. So this is my current planner lineup, vastly different from what we started with at the beginning of the year, but that's just kind of how planning in general goes. I feel like as far as like planning goes, we are constantly evolving and you just never know where you're gonna go. And look how far we've come since January. Life has changed so much. At the beginning of the year, if you would have told me that by May I would be closing a door that I did not think ever was going to close, I would not have believed you. But anyway, I'm super excited for what's to come. I hope that you are too. And yeah. Oh, I forgot the power sheets, but I can't really add that in yet because I'm still in the process of filling out the prep stuff. So once I get all that figured out, then we'll add it to the planner lineup. So we're talking about 5 different things here, but it's okay. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this super long video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see future videos, please hit subscribe. I would love to have you over here. And yeah, I will talk to y'all soon. Bye, everybody. See if I can figure this out.